always been confused about my sexuality, confused about sex, love, all the things. I really didn't know if I if I was really just gay on the inside, and I didn't understand. Like, I know the word. I grew up, Christian, so I knew that in the Bible I'm not supposed to be gay, that God doesn't accept that. So I just wondered, like, why I felt that way, like why I was attracted to women. I knew I didn't want to marry a woman, but I lusted a woman. I wanted sex with women. And I really hated sex with men. Every time I had sex with a man, I just felt defiled. I felt like I didn't want to do it. Really, like I was getting raped with every man that I've ever been with. I never liked it. But I had sex with a woman before, and that was the only time that I actually felt like I was looked at, like I was respected. All of my high school years, I was not like into sex or anything like that, but I was peer pressured into sex all the time, especially because my body, I've always had a body all my life as a little tiny kid. So people always sexualized me, and I hated it. And they thought that I was into, sex and stuff, but I wasn't. I didn't want to do it, and I hated the way that men looked at me, but I knew that that's what I should like, right? Because I should like a man. But I ain't like the way that men looked at me, the way that they talked to me, the way that I could sense that they wanted something from me. And it was something that was sacred to me. And they would even manipulate me into thinking that it was sacred to them. And they would take advantage, But this started so young. So over the years, I just got more and more confused. And the more I talk about this, I really see, how I end up, the spirit of perversion really came into me. As a kid, I would see my older cousins that were gay. I would see them do things, and I would see, a lot of things I should have never seen. My cousins would watch porn, and they would force me to watch it with them. And I really hated seeing a man and a woman having sex because it looked like nothing but rape. And to women, it looked more like nurturing and more genuine. So I catered more to that. And I was just exposed to so many people so many other women that liked women as a kid, honestly. Like, there's a lot of things that I did that I'm not happy about at all. And I'll make sure that my daughter does not do it by prayer. I'm gonna definitely just be praying that, those things don't happen to her, because I'm breaking it now. I'm speaking on it. I'm not ashamed of it anymore. It's my testimony. And this is how God really met me to really know the truth. Like, I was lost because I was so lost in sin. I was lost in fornication. Fornication brings so much confusion. Anything that is the opposite of the word, it's confusion. It's chaos. It's dysfunction. It never makes any sense. So, like, my family, they were rooted in Christ. I got pastors, I got deacons, everything in my family. But the family didn't make no sense. It was like, we know the word, but we not living by it. So now I'm so super confused. Ain't nobody in the family married but like one. And all their kids is gay and all the things, So it's like I don't see no fruit. I'm confused. And so I was just always confused in life. I didn't have no foundation. I didn't know really, like I heard you shouldn't have sex until marriage, but I never seen nobody do that. My mom had me at 16, so I didn't understand until I came into Christ and God taught me. And really what he taught me is that we make decisions, like we have free will. He constantly was reminding me that we have free will. And I was mad. I'm like, why give us free will when we are not going to do the right thing if we have the choice, especially if we don't, like, we know it, but we don't know it. Like, we haven't seen it. We're not witnesses of, people living out the word. So he just kept telling me, just like Adam and Eve, they had a choice to eat the apple. So it's just like me. I had a choice to experience, experiment with others around me as a young kid or as a teenager or even as a young adult, to have these experiences that I was lusting for. And I did it and I enjoyed it. And then that hunger grew in me. One thing that always contradicted me of knowing if I was a lesbian was, do I want to marry a woman? And I always would say no. I would like, do I love a woman? I would always say no. I do love women. Like, I'm definitely, all for women, but I can barely have a friend. Like I don't, they kind of get on my nerves. I could never want to marry a woman. And I love a man. Like, I really do. I want a man in my household, I really love an actual strong, like, God-fearing leader of a man, not these little boys that were around me that were manipulating to have sex with me, and that was really it, and take advantage of me, were jealous of me, were in competition with me. That wasn't what I wanted. And only thing I had seen was strong women in my life. So I think that's why I catered. I like went that way, but I never wanted my daughter to see me with no woman. I am not my past. I am not my mistakes. I am not my thoughts. I am not what the world says I am. I am not my family. None of that. None of that. All the things that the enemy was trying to put in my head, I'm not that. I'm definitely not no daggone lesbian. Okay? So I just want the whole world to know that. It's been a secret. I guess I was low-key in a closet, and I was in a closet that I didn't belong in. Okay? And I'm out. Then broke free. And I hope that I'm breaking y'all free with this message, because I'm definitely about to be letting out everything that everybody want to hold in. Okay? I will do it. I will do it. Every conversation that ain't nobody gonna have the courage to talk about, I'm talking about it. I have no shame. I have all humiliation in Christ. Okay? So get used to it. I love y'all. Y'all love y'allself, and seek your identity from Christ. He's the only one that knows your true identity. He knows you. Okay? I love y'all.